Hi there, welcome to my channel. My name is David. Today what we're going to do is I've done this color board, and what we're going to do is we're going to do a kind of Swiss Alps theme today, and I just wanted to show you what I'll be doing on this project. I'll be also using what is called magic cams and point cams, and these will be part of the pattern process to make this this project work. And I just wanted to show you what I'm actually doing. I'm using a Knitmaster 323 or Studio 323, and basically this is the kind of knitting I'm doing. Here I've done a sleeve, as you can see, which is just a small part of the process, but overall the project worked really well. Here is the final garment. I'm showing you ahead of time of what it looks like, and this is how it came out and how it looks. And it came out really well. I was quite surprised by the whole thing. So I'm just going to discuss the process of how I made this and how this is going to work. I'm very pleased with how this project went really well. So let's do the process, and I'll show you what I've done. What we're going to be doing is part of the Swiss Alps theme that I'm doing. We're going to be using magic cams, and these are cam points that's used in the knitting. Uh, this is what I wanted to try and do for this theme I'm doing. And also what I wanted to do is try and explain how these point cams and magic cams work. This is the left and the right point cam, as you can see here. This is what's used in the knitting, and I'm just going to show you how to set it up, and then we can continue with the knitting that we're going to do. These are the magic cams that come with it. This is what it looks like underneath, and you can see on both of them they're very much the same, and one goes on the left and one goes on the right, and this is what they look like. And I just thought I would show you how these look both on the underside and on the top. These basically go over the point cams, and this is what creates the partial knitting, but I'm not absolutely sure how they quite work. All I know is that these just set the needles that you're working on, and this clicks into the section that you want to do, and it only does the knitting with the pattern card that you are using for this. So I will show you how this is set up and how this works, and also some tips on how to make your knitting work much better with these cams. So I'm just going to start setting it up and just show you what is done for these mechanisms. First what we're going to do is we're going to look at our carriage. This is set up for patterning. I've got the punch card in already, and it's all set for the first row, and the cam levers are up at this point. And what we're going to do now is we're going to put on the magic cams, and then I'm just going to show you how that works. Now, because these levers are up, you actually turn them down like so, and you get your cam levers like this one, and you actually put it onto the section that is here on the carriage. You can actually put it on there, and you can actually screw it on like so, and it's actually on. And you can do the same with the other magic cam, and you can tie that on like so, and then that will actually show you how this actually is working, and that's how it goes. But what you do is when you've done that, you push your two levers up, and you make sure that those are up when you've got the magic cam. So you insert them on with the levers down, and then you push them up when you are once you put the matcher cams on. So that's how that works. So everything is set up with the matcher cams. Now I'm just going to show you how you work with the point cams. Your point cams here that you got here have a line in the center, and they fall within the center of here, and this is how you position them. This is positioned to the back, and what happens is when the carriage goes over, it does check the needles that are in position, and this helps in creating center knitting. So you just got to check where you put this point cam in it on the bed, so that you can make this work for the type of knitting you want to do. What you're going to do now is you've got your left cam, point cam, and you've got your right point cam, and basically what you do is you actually slot them onto here. But what you need to do very carefully is you need to look at the base here, and here you will see two things. You will see two little triangles and little X's, and what happens is it suggests on the patterning that where these triangles are, wherever you find the triangles, here there's a triangle there and a triangle there. This is where you place your point cams, and you actually put them in there dead center of that, and that's how you push your point cam. So that's how it would work for this. So basically, when your needles are up in working position, like so, then you place your point cam where it needs to go. So when you see the little triangle there, that's where you put your point cams. So I'm looking for another triangle on this side. So I see another triangle here. So that's where I'm putting that the left side. So this is how you do your point cams. This is how it is in the working position, and this is how you use your point cams. So you put the matcher cams on first, and then you position your point cams. So here is a close-up of the little triangles. You can see a triangle there, and you can see the X over there. And basically what you do is your point cams need to be in relation to the actual diamond shape or the triangle shape, and that's how that works. So that you put that on the needle dead center, and I would say just practice a sample before you do the patterning. Sometimes I've had to move the point cam to one needle over because of the patterning. You have a look at the patterning and you can actually see how it works. The point cams help in working out the actual 24 stitches. So when you do the point cams, it helps to formulate the pattern to fit more correctly with the count, and it's actually quite useful, and it's actually quite useful when I do the machine knitting. And it's also a useful tool to have to center everything. So that's how you work with this, and that's how I would utilize the point cams, and also to work the 24 stitches. I've placed the point cams where they're supposed to go, and I've just put extra needles on the other side. I'm not going to put yarn here. I'm just going to show you what this actually does. So now that I've got the point cams going, I'm going to now that I've set the patterning, you place it into patterning, and this will be the row that you work. So basically this what this point cam does, if you can see carefully, it starts pushing the needles, you can see, ahead of the actual carriage. You can see it's pushing the needles out, and you can see it's actually going ahead, and it's now punching the pattern, and you can see the patterning going down. You can see the patterning going down as you go across. And then let's try it again the other way. As you can see, it's pushing the needles out first. That's what the Magic Cams does. It actually repositions the needles, and then that's how you do it. So this is basically how you are doing the knitting, and it uses the point cams to actually create the patterning. I'm just going to show you quickly. I'm just going to check the main sinker plate off, and we're going to have a look at, let me just take it off, and then what I'm going to show you is just how it's patterning. As you can see there, you can see it's patterning as you go along. You can see how it's moving the patterns, and that's how it actually works, and that's how the Magic Cams work. It's actually quite simple. It's not very complex, and it's very easy to do. So I would say just you know, do a practice sample and then work it out on what you want to do. So that is it for the Magic Cams. I hope that was useful, and we're going on to the next thing. What I just wanted to show you is the Magic Cams. I'm just going to show you what I'm going to do now. I've been knitting for a bit, so these are the Magic Cams that are on either side of the machine, and what I'm going to do now is just show you where I'm going to move the carriage to knit this. So basically I'm going to take the yarn out like so, and I'm just going to let that drop, and then what I'm going to do is I'm going to move the carriage over, as you can see here, and what we're going to do is just go to the first tab that is here, and we are going to just put the cam over that tab like that. Now what that does is that I found that the secondary yarn was getting stuck in the knitting, and what you do is you just put this back into the knitting, and basically that's when you knit your knitting into the pattern. As you can see, I'm doing partial knitting, and this is how it works, and this is how the partial knitting works. Just make sure your yarn is underneath, and that you check your tension units at the back to do this knitting. And this is basically how you knit it, and how you move how you create this pattern without it getting tangled up. I just formulated this so that you know, it could do ease of movement. I don't have any yarn dividers. They talk about yarn dividers, but I haven't got any, so I will get yarn dividers the next time. But this is the best way to do it, and you just knit your row, and it should be just fine, like so. And then you can see that nothing's gotten tangled up. You can see nothing's gotten tangled up along the edge here, and everything is just fine. So this is how you knit with this method of doing it, and then it makes sure that everything's quite even and everything is neatly done. It is a little bit slower, but it will make your pattern work well. And you do the same on the other side, and that's how you make this work. These are the point cams that you need to position onto the bed. These point cams is what shows that's needed to show for the centered knitting that will only knit those specific needles. So you've just got to make sure you position these in the right place, and this is how the knitting works. I'm basically finishing the front. I've used the magic cams and the point cams to finish this front. Basically, I'm at the neckline and I don't really have much to do for the rest of it, so I'm just going to finish this front off, and then I'm going to do the back, which will be a plain grey, and then I'm going to start the sleeves. So this is what the magic cams looks like when you use them, and it just makes this centralized knitting. So let me finish it and I'll go on to the next thing. This is just a tip I wanted to show you. What I wanted to show you is that when you're doing your necklines, it comes to that point where you got to do your necklines, and you've just finished the center stitches, because they say otherwise put these stitches in hold, or you can cast off these stitches. But whatever method is used, I just wanted to show you that this is the neckline, and what happens is you've taken these stitches out of work, and what you need to do now is you've got to do on the left or on the right. In this pattern that I'm doing, it's working from the left side first. It's normally done on the right side and then done on the left side, but for some reason or other this pattern is showing on the left side. But it doesn't matter which side you use as long as you know what you're actually doing on the pattern. So basically what you do is you're going to put the one side into hold, like so. Just make sure your carriage is into hold position. Make sure you got your levers, and this is what you'll be working with now. So what I found is that when you got the needles like this, you're working on this side, it's better if you take your cam lever and you place it into this position here, because what that does is it makes the pattern a bit better, and it makes it work much better as well. So it's always good to do this when you're working on one side. I found that when I left the point cam point onto this side, or should I say the point cam on this side, it didn't make the patterning look right at all. So this is the best way to do it. You can also use this for general patterning as well. If you want to use the matrix cams, I found that it made the knitting much better and much better quality. So the point cams and the magic cams are actually something that can be very useful for what you can do for working on this. And this is what you do when you actually do the patterning. It's makes the quality better as well. So whatever garment you're making will come out looking good. So that's the extra point I just wanted to show on the magic cams that you use for partial knitting. Well, this is the end of the video. I want to say thank you for watching. Please subscribe and leave a comment, and I will be looking at the next project soon. If there's anything you'd like to see, or a video you'd like to watch, please send a message and I will read it and see if I can do it. So I want to say thank you, and I will see you soon.